Hey guys, welcome to the fifth tutorial of the Python for Beginners course. In this tutorial, we will be talking about list and I hope you enjoy it. This is going to be a little long video. In previous videos, we talked about different data types such as int, float, string in which we stored a single valued object in a variable. I hope you got that part. Now, in real-time scenarios, we don't have such simple data. We have a collection of data. For example, data about a employee. He can have a ID, a name, and a salary, and so on. Right? A collection of data is there in play. It would be very inconsistent to store single valued variables. I hope you got that, because this is going to be really important part, and you are going to use list in abundance if you are going to program in your future. So what we have is the four built-in data types that are provided by Python that store collection of data. Alright, the first one is the list, second is tuple, third is set, and fourth is dictionaries. There are two properties that differentiate between these data types, and we will be discussing about them in this video only. Now, list is considered as the most versatile data type that is available out there. Not only because it stores a collection of data, but also because it can store data of multiple types. As you can see, we declared a list here, and we discussed declaring the list in the data types video. I hope you have seen that. If not, please check it out. Now we have declared a list with different data types. As you can see, this is an int, this is a string, and these two are float here. We are also trying to store a list in a list. So is it possible? Yes, it's possible. As you can see, it's showing no error and it's returning a value using the print function that we are using. The first property that is very essential about list is indexing. I know we are going at a little faster pace than other videos, because this is going to be a really big video as compared to others. I have written those codes for you, and we are going to cover some really essential concepts in this video. Alright, so the first property of list is here in front of you, the indexing of the list. What is indexing? Actually, the list stores, as we can see here, the list stores the multiple values in an ordered sequence. This is very important. What does that mean? That this amino here is stored after 1, this 2.3 is stored after amino, this 2.3 is stored after this 2.3, and this list here is stored after this 2.3. Right? So to do so, it provides an index number to this list. As you can see, I have written the index number in a comment here. Don't worry if you don't know about comments. I will discuss that in another video, and I will provide the link too. So this here is a list of indexed values. These are the values. It contains 5 values. So this is how it is indexed. Now 1 here is given the index 0. The indexing in Python starts from 0. This is very important. Okay guys, so if I want to access or print this first element, I have to print the 0 indexing here. The indexing 0 here. As you can see, this one is returning on 0 indexing. And if I want to, as I have I want to print the fourth element, this is the main part, I have to write 3 here. This is very essential, guys. Now there is also negative indexing in Python. So as you can see, it starts from -1 and goes till the number of elements, that is number of elements are 5 here, -5. Okay, so I have to, if I want to access the last element, I will do it simply by writing -1. Now can you tell me, how can I access the third element? How many ways are there? Two. The first is this index and the second is this index. And yes, they are both correct. My 3 is also returning true and -2 is also returning true. So I hope you got the indexing part. This is really easy. This is just the way Python is numbering some stuff, right? And it's actually based on provide the A's of usability, right? Now what does this mean is that we have a collection of data here, right? And now if we make a copy of it, and we are not making a copy here, we are actually making another list here, right? As you will see that both the IDs are different. Now why would that be? That's the mutability part we will discuss, right? So this here list is actually equals to list. This is an comparing operator. If you don't know about operators, please go ahead and look for the video. And I want you to try and actually think about the results here, right? Don't try and compile it or run it on your side. I want you to try it here only. So pause the video and try it. Now let's begin. So these two lists are actually equal. As you can see, the operator here is actually returning the value true, boolean value true, right? Why? Because these two are sequenced in the correct order, and second, they have the same values. That means they are actually equal. And what if I store the same values but in different sequence? This will return the value false. Alright, and this property here is absent in sets. The indexing part, this indexing part is actually absent in sets. That means that they are stored at random indexes. They don't have any indexes actually. So this is the property that sets apart list from sets. I hope you understood that very well, and in the video where we will be discussing about list, this will be made pretty clear. Okay, now for moving further, and we want to access those lists, and we actually did previously. We accessed one element at a time using the indexes, and that's the way we do access those elements. Just a reminder for you guys so that you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so here is the way you can actually access one element at a time, right? We discussed about this using the index. Now what if we want to access more than one element? We have more than one element. Can we access more than one element at a time? Yes, we can. We can use slicing. This concept in Python is really wonderful, and all you have to do is use those indexing in a range. For example, if I want to, let's see, let's copy this now. Yeah, so if I want to print I don't know, first 3 values, let's try, right? So please guess it, what will be the code that we will be looking at, or what will the range be. Like we discussed about range, and I hope you know that the last value is always ignored. For example, if I write here 1:4, the 4 index will be ignored. I'm starting with 0. We are going from first element, right? So first element till third element. Why? Because the fourth element, the fourth index in a range is actually ignored. As you can see, the fourth index, it will not print the fourth index. Why is that so? In Python, this is how it works actually. It goes from 0, yeah, it is 0, it's included. Now it goes to 1, yes, it is smaller than 4, yeah. It's not equals to 4 actually. It checks if 1 is equals to 4. No, it is not. It prints the value. 3, it's not. 2 is not equals to 4. Yeah, let's take it. Now 3 is not equal to 4. Yeah, let's take it. And the fourth value here, it takes that 4 is equal to 4. Yes, 4 is equal to 4. You have to ignore this value. That's how it works in range. Right, I hope you got that. Now what if I want to print 1, 3, what if we want to step on each one, right? I am on 1 and I want to step on 3, then I want to step on amino. We can do this by using the steps. This first one was the start, second is the stop, and the last one is the step. So if I write here 2, it will step on second element every time. So from 1 it will step to 3, and from 3 it will step to last, or the second element from 3, right? So you can use this as a default value. These default values are always from starting to ending, and at the starting you can write anything, but you can't go in negative direction. For example, I can't go from amino to 1, like if you want to access the last element from last element to 0th element, is it possible? No. But it will return an empty set, empty list. I can do it in a reverse order. As you can see, I stepped it in negative direction. What does that mean? It is actually comparing this value to the index, and it found the index at -1, and it then looked at the step. It understood that I have to go in the negative direction, so it got here, then here, then here, and then here, but did not took it because it's equal to 0. Right? I hope you understand that. Please go ahead and try these a lot of time, because these concepts are easy to grasp but very simple to confuse with also. And for this video we will be giving you a quiz at the end, because that's really interesting to research about some concepts in Python, right? So on to the second property, guys. This is very wonderful property in list, I guess. This is mutability. What does that mean? Mutability here, it means that whenever we make an instance of an object, everything in Python is an object, guys. So whenever we are making an assigning a value to a here, we are actually making an instance of list that is here, right? So if we made this instance and it can be changed after being declared, here we declared this list, and if we can actually change this in change something, anything in this instance or object, this property is called mutability. This property is absent in other data types such as int, strings, tuples, etc. And I have actually listed some of the mutable objects in Python here. We will discuss them in details in further videos. So what does mutability means? Changing of the property. It means that we can actually change something. As you can see, if I declare a list here, and yeah, you cannot use that. This list is actually predefined, so you cannot use that in Python. It will actually assign, it will change all the properties of list. So don't try that, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and do that. So if I go ahead and get this right, so we are accessing the third element. Remember, guys, third element is 3. and we are giving it a value, a string value. Alright, so can we do that? Yes, we can in Python in list. What just happened? It's not returning me any value.